Hi, this is John Byrne with Poets Quants. We are going to have a discussion about artificial intelligence. In fact, we are here to celebrate a true leader in the field in higher education, the American University's Kogod School of Business. And we have with us the very young architect of AI at Kogod, Angela Virtue. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, you are a data scientist. You have a master's degree in business analytics from Kogod, and you were invited back because of a major curriculum change at the school, which we are awarding an innovation award for how extensive their AI initiative is. I mean, it's truly one of a kind. Every school is grappling with how do we do this, what should we do, what shouldn't we do, but few have a real handle on it the way Kogod does. Based on your experience on the inside of this, how would you rate where they are?
I would give our school somewhere between an 8.5 and 9 because the nature of artificial intelligence, it's always changing. It's always going to be dynamic. And so I think we have a great culture and we've really bought into putting artificial intelligence into the curriculum. And tomorrow I might have a very different answer based on how artificial intelligence develops and changes, but I think we've hit the ground running at least.
Now, what are some of the rather unique or unusual aspects of how you're deploying AI and teaching it at Kogod?
Yeah, so I think what makes our program and our school incredibly unique is that we have incorporated AI through the entire curriculum for all of our students, regardless of their major. So it doesn't matter if they're a finance major, if they're an IT major, management, marketing, you name it, these students are going to be getting artificial intelligence literacy throughout their 4 years at the school. Starting with their first semester on campus, they're going to go through 3 undergrad core courses, and in each of those courses, they're learning those AI fundamentals. So by the time they finish their first semester at Kogod, they not only have those core AI fundamentals, but they know Kogod's expectation of how to use them responsibly. And from there, with the rest of their, 7 semesters on our campus, they can explore deeper topics and take the technology to that next level in their niches.
In fact, even in orientation, the students are now getting a dose of AI, right?
Yes, for our graduate students, during our orientation, they have an entire session on artificial intelligence, which mirrors that undergrad AI fundamentals. That way, in their smaller, shorter programs, they can just hit the ground running.
Now, one of your jobs as a fellow in AI instruction for faculty is essentially to teach professors how to deploy the technology in the classroom. What's the biggest challenge associated with that?
Yeah, so I think the first challenge is going to be just the pace that AI is changing. On the one hand, a lot of those fundamentals will remain the same, but the tooling, not the foundations, but the tooling is changing almost every minute. New features, new products. OpenAI released a new Canvas feature last week. This time next week, who knows what the new features are going to be. So I think all of our professors, it's really easy to get trapped in that shiny object syndrome, just trying to chase those new products, trying to chase those new features. I'd be remiss as the educator to not talk about plagiarism and the ethics of using the artificial intelligence within our communities. I think that's a big worry and a big concern that a lot of our professors have. So kind of not dismissing those concerns, but understanding, yep, they're real, they're here, but also students have cheated without artificial intelligence before. It's always been an issue. So just, being empathetic, meeting all of our faculty with where they're at within their own AI journeys, and then really just trying to give us the support and the resources to get us as the faculty on board so that we can actually impart that to our students.
And this is much more than just teaching people how to use ChatGPT, because for each discipline or industry, there are different applications and platforms, right?
That's exactly right. So we are taking a very interdisciplinary approach. We do not have a one-size-fit approach with the AI tooling that we use. We really leave that up to our own faculty to use and to acknowledge what works best for their system. So if we're talking about finance, perhaps they want to use something like Hebbia, where you can do all of your financial underwriting and undercurrents at a different level. And honestly, the tooling's so early that we don't really know which one the winner is going to be. So we're just really focusing on those fundamentals, and the tooling will come as we get there.
Now, it's been said that AI will likely not replace you in your job, But someone who is knowledgeable about AI and how to use it, and therefore who can be more productive, is far more likely to replace you. You agree with that?
I would agree with that. And I think artificial intelligence is really more akin to something like the internet. It's this digital transformation, and all of our business processes, all of our business systems are going to be completely different from what they look like today. And what they look like today look completely different than what they looked like 2 years ago before ChatGPT really kind of took storm.
Yeah. And ChatGPT is really the wake-up call in a way, and maybe the tip of the spear, right? Because there's so much more development going on in all these different disciplines. The application of AI is actually more complicated because there are all these different platforms that you have to learn to use it effectively.
Right. And so I think the reason why ChatGPT really took storm and why we're using that almost as a noun as the entire generative artificial boom is that they're really the first company who made ChatGPT or artificial intelligence in the generative sense relatable and accessible to the masses. Right before then, I, as the queen of the nerds, could go grab the API, grab these base models, and kind of iterate off of them, but it wasn't accessible to everyday folks. And so the accessibility of this technology has really been that transformative feature. And as I said right now, like ChatGPT, it's like Kleenex. It's kind of the brand name recognition, but it's still so early in the development of these tools that, in the next few years, I'm sure we'll have our leader.
So are you an optimist about AI or a pessimist?
On any given day, my answer will change. What I think I'm really optimistic about, though, is that I think AI will be able to produce more net jobs than will be lost. And the jobs that will be created will be much more thoughtful, much more critically thinking, much more creative, and it'll bring a lot more human interaction to those jobs because a lot of those menial tasks, as you said, will kind of be able to be taken care of with the AI. Now, that's to say that there's a right way and a wrong way to do these AI implementations, right? We don't want to just wipe out an entire workforce. And I think that's where my role in particular can really come into play, where we can help educate and retrain all of our workforce to not necessarily be scared of AI, but be able to use it in this next revolution that we're seeing.
Now, you teach students and you teach faculty, in essence.
Yes.
So what's the attitude of students today toward artificial intelligence?
I think it's very similar to our faculty, to be honest with you. I think we have a small subset who's very scared of artificial intelligence, and rightfully so. The way it's portrayed in the media oftentimes is scary, and if you don't really have the technical expertise like myself, it can seem kind of otherworldly and really scary and something that's going to replace the jobs that are out there in 4 years when I want to graduate. We have one subset who probably knows AI a little bit better than I do, or have built different things, or have created an entire company only using AI and have run with it. And then you have half of them just kind of in the middle where they kind of know AI. They might have written a few prompts in ChatGPT, but other than that, they don't really know much about it. So I think that really mirrors a lot of our own faculty, and being able to educate these students and educate the faculty at their level where they're willing to meet me and just get them 1% better every day is really rewarding.
Now, Kogod has taken a leadership position on placing AI at the heart of the curriculum. What does it need to do in the future to stay ahead of the game?
That's a great question. What we're working on right now is really defining all of our learning objectives, not only for our Artisan and Sage courses, which are like our pioneer AI classes in our curriculum, but incorporating those AI learning outcomes down through all of the electives, all of our core courses, just all of the courses that want to use AI. Now, is this saying that every single class needs to have an AI learning outcome? No. But for those who are ready to kind of take that next step, who are ready to maybe change some of their pedagogy methods and really start incorporating AI, we really want to encourage that. And I think as we get more comfortable with it, not only can our Artisan and Sage classes go a little bit deeper and a little bit further, but we can kind of raise the AI standard with just every single course that's offered.
Great. Angela, it's been a real pleasure.
It's been awesome. Thank you again for having me.
All right, we've been listening to Angela Virtue, who is sort of the AI guru at the Kogod School of Business. She is a fellow there, teaching both faculty on how to deploy AI, for use in the classroom, as well as his teacher, who's instructing students on the use of AI in all kinds of different projects. I think AI is going to be a big part of our lives moving forward. And for all of you out there, this is John Byrne with Poets Quants. Thanks for watching.